Within the last hour, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said he will not be sending a delegation to Washington as a result of this vote. Well, standing by for us now in Jerusalem with a bit more on that is our senior reporter, Catherine Norris-Trent. Catherine, good to talk to you. What more can you tell us today about the Israeli reaction?
Hello there, Nadia. Well, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, is said to be furious that the US failed to veto this resolution calling for a ceasefire, and he acted quickly, immediately, pretty much putting out a statement saying that delegation of senior Israeli officials, which had been requested by Joe Biden, the US president, to travel to Washington, D.C., to the White House for talks, to listen to the US proposals for an alternative to an all-out ground offensive in Rafah. That delegation won't be leaving, says Benjamin Netanyahu. He said that the US decision not to veto this ceasefire, which doesn't call first for a liberation of Israeli hostages, hurts Israel's war effort and contradicts the US stance that's been there at the United Nations Security Council and with regard to Israel since the beginning of this war. Netanyahu said that this was a clear retreat. The US has since hit back and denied that, saying this does not represent a policy shift. But in some of the words that Netanyahu's been putting out already since this UN vote, you can see just how dismayed, angry he is. He says it gives Hamas hope that international pressure will allow for a ceasefire without the release of Israel's abductees. So it's just laying bare once again the rift between the Biden administration and the current Israeli government.